Okay.
Jacob sir, we will start. I will start with the presentation, and during the session or at the end of the session, we can have a question answer if anybody wants to ask.
Yes, Q&A we will have at the end, sir.
Okay, good enough.
Yeah. So I think we can start. So good evening and welcome to this international webinar at Believers Church Medical College and Hospital. It's a great privilege to have with us a very special speaker for the day. So he has come to share his life journey, all his experiences as a patient, as a cancer patient to be more specific. So he has been through CA larynx and he has undergone surgeries and now he goes around the world spreading love and spreading hope through an assisted voice through a device. So he is a phenomenon to say the least, and he has been instrumental in encouraging hundreds of thousands of cancer patients around the world. And he's been such a great uh, motivator. He's written his own autobiography called Shahenshah, and he's also started his own Facebook Live series motivating a lot of young people with cancer, and also talking to doctors, medical students, and a lot more. So it's a great privilege to have this person with us. He's been traveling to the UK and the US for talks, and he has in a very humble manner accepted our invitation, and he's come on board to share his experience with us. So, Shrenik Shah, sir, welcome to this webinar, and we are pretty sure that you will inspire our a lot of people who are on this webinar, not only on Zoom. We have less numbers on Zoom, but we will have a lot of numbers on YouTube and others where our people are more familiar with and more comfortable with. So over to you, Shrenik Shah, sir.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Jacob. It's really a pleasure being with you, especially with my distinct voice. And I would like to welcome you on board a very special people from Tiruvalla town, and Manimala River, which is considered as a holy river. So, on the contrary, I am having a beautiful privilege being with you all, and I would like to welcome you on board with the flowers, with the fragrance and flavors, and I would love to color your life through my presentation today. Friends, let me ask you one simple question. If you are being said, or if you are being told that you are not allowed to talk for a couple of hours or maybe day, what is going to be the quantum of anger, frustration, depression, and whatnot. Imagine my situation where I cannot speak without this special assisted device, which is electrolytics, and this I am speaking for last 24 years, or this is my 24th year. This September 1990, this September I will be starting 25th year. On the other hand, I would like to compliment you all for a very specific reason, and that is, imagine that there is going to be a concert of Amitabh Bachchan, and you guys are invited to sit in the front row of his concert. What will be the honor? Just like that, you as a doctors, as a medical professionals, you all are sitting in a front row of the concert of Jesus Christ, our Lord, the great God. So, and believe me, by choosing a medical professional, you are doing a wonderful job all the way. That is another point I would like to talk about. And I would love to speak straight. And one of the reasons I'm here is to talk about life 2.0 after cancer. That's my own journey. It's absolutely non-fiction. And yes, I'm committed to delivering, be it in India or be it abroad, through my talk show. One of my mission or passion, or I would say relentless pursuit, is touching millions live globally through my inspirational talk show. And that's what I'm doing for last more than 10 years. Friends, I have counseled more than 30,000 patients globally and more than 5,000 medical and other students. I am motivated from time to time. In last 1 year during this pandemic situation, I did more than 100 interviews and talk shows. I would say every at least 2, 3, 4, 5 interviews in a week. Very recently, on 4th February, it was the World Cancer Day. You will be surprised. I did 3 video recordings and 6 back-to-back live talk shows and one live talk show that was on a TV news channel. So this is my mission, this is my passion. On the contrary, I would say that I am like on a Formula One race, but yes, I'm not racing with anybody. It's my own race, along with myself and friends like you, too many cancer survivors, caregivers, and medical professionals. I'm having a privilege to know more than 600 medical professionals globally, just like Dr. Jacob. And I am having kind of a personal connections, and I am using those connections simply to support the patients for early diagnosis, timely treatment. And yes, I know that I cannot be a doctor in this life, but I'm trying to contribute my expertise, my support to the people who are really in need of a treatment. So I would like to once again welcome you. And as I said earlier, you are in the front row of the concert by the God, And let me tell you one thing. At times, we are worried, we are concerned about struggle. Like I have to struggle so much. Friends tell me who is not required to struggle. Everybody, everybody. But if you take struggle as a struggle, then you are misleading yourself. Let me ask you, the day on which we born, heart is start pumping the blood all over from head to nose. By any chance, if heart is going to say, "Oh my God, I have to struggle so much," and from chest to the toe, I have to travel or I have to pump so much of the blood, and it's like miles and miles, and I'm not going to supply the blood. What will happen? Or I would say that no. I mean, left side is easier for me, but right side is difficult for me. What will happen? Paralysis. And on the other hand, I would like to compliment you because you chosen a field in a medical field where struggle is 24 by 7, 365 days by default. And if you're not chosen this field, you would have never been here. And this is rather outcome of the struggle. And because you transformed the struggle into the love, you transform the struggle into the opportunity. You are known as a doctor. Another approach, say today I'm going to speak everything what I have learned from University of Experience. This whatever you are going to listen, I believe no our university, Oxford, or any other university will be teaching or sharing with you what I'm going to speak to you. Another example, I'm just trying to speak my heart out. Another example I would like to mention or rather share with you. You got a car and well, I would say luxury car, and something is going wrong with the car, say for example kind of a problem with the air condition, and when you go to the garage and either mechanic is not attending you well, or you would say sorry, I am too much occupied, and things like that, is it not going to upset you? Same with the case you being a doctor. Again, I'm trying to tell you the real life experience. So when patient is reaching out, why why yours is reaching out? Because yours needs your help. Now when you greet him with a smile or with a little support, like come on in, I was it, tell me how may I help you? Believe me, when you would say only so much, half of the pain of the patient will go away in your own language. It's like, prescribing him a kind of paracetamol so that, he can have some relief at least at the start. But if you are getting irritated, then come on, do it fast. I really don't have so much of the time. I have too many places to see, and well, do it fast, fast, fast. What will happen is that though you are a doctor, though you are a super specialist, or though you are a surgeon or a physician, you are acting as an anesthetist. Why anesthetist? Because by using such attitude, by having such behavior or approach, the effect on the patient will be just like giving him or her anesthesia. So, my beautiful friends, please do consider and do remember this aspect that patients are at your place, at your door, at your clinic, or in your hospital for getting kind of a support. So be reasonable to them, be kind to them, and believe me, the field or the area which you have chosen is fabulous, fantastic, and fascinating. Again, coming to your own town, you guys are very lucky. There are too many temples, church, and Manimala River. So you are truly blessed. And by any chance, if you are going to temple, Vallabha temple, or a church, please do pray on my behalf as well, friends. When Dr. Jacob asked me about the topic, I mentioned life 2.0 or other life after cancer. Yes, in 1997, I was diagnosed with a vocal cord cancer in a large stage. I really have, I really had no habit of tobacco, smoking, alcohol, and I'm strict vegetarian. But somehow I got diagnosed, and two times SCOBY was done by the ENT surgeons, but unfortunately they could not diagnose that cancer was developing. And one morning yes, I started losing my weight by more than 15 kilos. I was absolutely breathless. 2 o'clock at midnight, I was asking my wife to take me to the garden because I was unable to breathe. Absolutely restless condition, and I was really not suspecting that cancer is developing within me. And then one morning I started bleeding in my cup. I went to my physician and he said, Shanik bhai, nothing doing. You are going to cancer surgeon right away. I said, fine, no worries, whatever you say. And I visited my cancer surgeon. He examined me and he said, like, I have to perform the scopy, laryngoscopy, which was planned for the very next day, as time was not enough, and the Scooby was done. Now, friends, excuse me, friends, uh, the next point which I'm going to, or rather, what I'm going to speak about, kindly do pay a very precise attention. When Larry Scooby was done, he found humor blocking the opening of my windpipe, which made me difficult to breathe. I was eminem for more than a month. I was unable to lay flat. I was always sleeping in a slanting condition because the opening of the windpipe was blocking. Now the important point which you guys have to take into consideration is taking wise, important, and quick decision. During laryngoscopy, as he realized that the tumor is blocking my windpipe, he immediately performed tracheostomy. I'm having a 1 inch diameter hole in the center of my throat. That means I'm having a diverted route of breathing for all my life. I mean, my nose is as simple as kind of an ornament. So, if we would not have performed the tracheostomy at that point of time under emergency, I would have never survived. So, the important point is during your during your practice, be it in a clinic, private clinic, hospital, wherever, make sure to take due and timely, wise, important decision without wasting time, because your decision, your timely decision makes absolutely a lot of difference. And let's not forget, you are doctors. In too many of my lectures, I mention that along with the degree of MBBS, MD, MCH, MS, whatever, you all doctors should be given a degree of ME. ME means Master in Health Engineering or Master in Human Engineering. You guys know the human engineering the best. Nobody ever is aware about, and it's really not easy. So you should be given a double degree along with bachelor, MS, MD, a degree of human engineering as well. Friends, these days, uh, these days, a 2020 match is going on, right? It is a kind of a fever for years, for last more than 20 years. It's going on like anything, and people love that. Imagine when a batsman is playing, he is facing every single ball. It could be bouncer, it could be leg break, off break, full toss, googly, you never know what will be the next ball is. Same is the life. You really don't don't know what will be the next problem or what will be the next opportunity. You must play meticulously with all your expertise. There are two strategies for bowler. He wanted to get out the batsman, and for batsman, he has to play in a beautiful manner so that he can make runs. So again, I'm saying that when problem comes, please don't run away from problem. Solve the problem right at that point of time. And once you will start solving the problem slowly and gradually, you will get used to solving the problem, and more problems you are solving, more and more you will be getting experienced, expertise, and more courageous, more confident. Again, I'm coming back to this struggle. So once you accept the situation, once you accept struggle, once you will start loving the struggle, you won't find struggle as a struggle. You will find this as a part of the life. Another point I would like to share same on the basis of struggle, because every single day we are thinking that, oh my god, how much I have to struggle to do this, to do that. Don't do that. Simply love the struggle, transform the struggle into the opportunity, and once you will start transforming the struggle into the opportunity, you will never find struggle as a struggle. And once you will start accomplishing the benefit out of your struggle, when it is converted into the opportunities, it could be monetary benefit, it could be personal benefit, it could be anything. Then you will start feeling that yes, I could transform the struggle into the opportunity. Another aspect I would like to share with you is start loving yourself. I would like to give a very straight and simple example. If somebody is asking you that if you tried Domino's pizza, now unless you've not tried Domino's or any choice on pizza, how will you be able to recommend the pizza? Just like that, first of all, start loving yourself. Once you will love yourself, then and then you know exactly the feelings. You will know exactly the happiness, the peace, what exactly you are getting out of the love. So once you start loving yourself, then and then you can express love with the others. It could be with parents, it could be with the spouse, it could be with the children, it could be with anybody, it could be with friends. And these are the steps which can support you all the way, and that can give you pretty well sleep as well and peace of mind. One more point I would like to discuss is about match trick. So far as mistake is in the works. It's of no use. You just see it as a snake. That's it. But you pull out the snake and rub with the works, and then you can ignite the fire just like this. Our life is like a matchstick. You must rub your life with the opportunities and friends. Don't forget, opportunities are never coming, never ever. You have to create the opportunities. So just like snake, you have to rub with the box. Same in the case, you have to rub your life with the opportunity. Yes, that could be a failure, but don't get disappointed with the failures. Once you will start learning things, you can do things in a meticulous manner, in a beautiful manner, without any difficulty, and that makes sense. Now, friends, I'm going to share few things with you. Uh, this is the poster I was displaying on a social media during my talk shows, etc. I believe you can read it. It's beautiful life even after cancer. This is the outcome of my youth counseling globally on one-to-one basis through my talk shows, using social media and stuff like this. I just talked about mistake and about the opportunity after counseling numerous number of patients, giving lectures in universities, medical colleges, etc. You know, I am lucky, I am having a privilege, I am having a honor that in all colleges, universities, or cancer hospitals, I am having a privilege to be the first speaker ever invited in last 50 years for giving a presentation. Can you imagine? I am not a doctor. I cannot be a doctor anymore, but I am invited for giving presentation to the medical students. The dean himself, I'm speaking about premier medical college in Ahmedabad. Dean himself was present for 90 minutes during my talk show along with the slides. I don't think there can be a better honor than this. There is another institute, GCRI, Gujarat Cancer Research Institute, GCRI, which is one of the largest after Tata Memorial. This is the largest cancer hospital in India or rather in Ahmedabad. In last than 60 years, they have never invited cancer survivor to give presentation, and I had a honor, I had a privilege to give presentation in JCRI twice, two times, once in Nottingham, another time in Brighton. I was invited or other sponsored for giving inspirational talk show. Friends, you will be surprised that I was the first and only Indian invited to give present kickstart presentation for 40 minutes along with the slides in the US. And you know how many attendees were there? 2,500 global entities. 2,500 global entities. They listen to me with this distinct voice. So it's all about rubbing the stick in the box, that means rubbing your life with the opportunities. And and last 1 year during pandemic, I did more than 100 shows, interviews and talk shows. And the outcome is, what is the outcome? I will show you another poster. Life turned from beautiful to the thrilling. Why? Because this has given me, this has fueled my life. I'm 360-degree blessed by too many patients, caregivers, oncologists, medical professionals, and so life turned from beautiful to the thrilling. And yes, it is important to give your time, commitment, etc. One more point I would like to talk, and that is couple of or other several C's, Seymour Camel, several C's in the life. These are very important. The first C is contact. Second C is communication. Third C is courage. Fourth is courage. Fourth is confidence. And fifth is commitment. You must you must honor all your commitments at any point of time and within the time framework. The young generation, they are really truly intelligent. They are at their best, but because they are into multitasking and jumping from one to the other, at times they cannot keep up their commitment. They cannot keep up their promises. They cannot keep up their words. Friends, remember one thing, that image building, it could be in any profession. Friends, remember, image building is very important. If you are doing 10 work, 10 different assignments, and if you cannot do it so well, it's of no use. But if you are doing 3 or maybe 4, but very well, beautifully done, then your activity, your work, your assignment, that will be pretty well acknowledged. So you have to be smart enough, you have to be intelligent enough to decide what is good for you and what is not good for you. And remember that by any chance, if you cannot fulfill your commitment, don't worry, don't worry at all. Just go forward straight to the point that yes, I did committed this, but for some reason I am unable to honor the commitment, and I expect to fulfill this in say couple of minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, whatever. But make sure don't spoil your image, because it takes too long to build a beautiful image, but image can tarnish in no time. simply by not honoring the commitment, and beyond that, simply by avoiding the communication. Don't ignore messages, don't ignore the problems, whatever is coming in, start facing it right away on the dot. And remember, once you will attend, once you will communicate, friends, believe me, your stress level will be at zero. And if you want, then you in back of your mind, you'll be feeling guilty, and by feeling guilty, you tend to make more mistakes. You will be hiding yourself. You will be losing your confidence. You'll be losing your courage. You'll be fearful all the day. So you have to be smart. What do you want to do it? Dr. Jacobson told me that would you like to use PowerPoint and sharing screen? I said yes, I can do it, but I had another mind, another thought that I wanted to speak my heart out. You can see, on a web browser you can see number of slides, posters, images, etc. Things are too easy because of the digital technology. But I wanted to talk all by myself, and this is coming in original as it is, and definitely from the bottom of my heart. If we will, if we will be at all exploring LinkedIn, I'm posting frequently, and the title of my post is triple BBHH, building building the bridge between id and art. BBHH. This is the tagline of my post. So when it comes to the delivery, you need to build a bridge between id and art, and this bridge cannot survive without pillars, and you need four pillars. Number one, acceptance, acceptance of the situation. Number two, courage. Number three, confidence that yes, I can do it. And number four, troubleshooting. When you get into any assignment, it could be studies, it could be anything. There are all good chances of having a problem, trouble. Start troubleshooting as I mentioned even earlier, and then once you build a bridge between id and art, friends, one of the greatest thing you can do is surface that bridge between id and art with the gratitude. Be grateful whoever has supported you in a smaller way or in a bigger way, whoever, whatever. Don't ever hold back to express your gratitude. Be grateful, and once you will start being grateful to the others, believe me, you are when getting you are becoming grateful to the Almighty, to the God, to the Jesus Christ. So again we have to be smart, and my story endless these days. You, me, everybody, we are used to smartphone, isn't it? Just we use the finger and too many apps, etc. Things are doing getting done, and you can connect anywhere in the world in no time. Friends, smartphone came in last 2 decades, isn't it? Are we not by ourselves? Smartphone. We are talking about AI, artificial intelligence, but when we are born with two things: natural intelligence and smile, and these two are gifted by the God free of cost. You open the eyes and you can see it. You give your ear and you can listen. You move your tongue and you can speak. You move your tongue and you can eat. You can swallow. You raise your hand. Everything. Is it not a natural intelligence? So again, if we are paying XYZ amount for AI, are we not supposed to pay to the Almighty, to the great God, simply by supporting others, extending support, unconditional support? So start being grateful to the Almighty, and friends, remember, taking something from someone, in turn you owe something, but simply by giving to someone, you really don't owe anything. And the pleasure, the peace, the internal support, what you will get at the end of the day is tremendous. Uh, this is my, as mentioned earlier, this is my 24th year, September. In this September 5th, I will be starting my 25th year. And through my lot of counseling, etc., one of the hospital wanted me to prepare a kind of a poster for the cancer patients. And that's what I'm going to show you now. It's yes and yes. And let me read out. I mean, if you could not see it very well, can life after cancer be wholesome? I said yes. Is there a way to live every moment to the fullest? Yes. And that's what I'm experiencing. I'm managing. I want to cite one simple but different example. I'm having a friend in Delhi. We never met in last 3 years, but we were keeping on talking like what I am with Dr. Jacob, and he got a friend again in Delhi, and he was simply speaking about my journey, my activities, etc. And one day I got a message that Shrenik, one of my friends, wants to write your biography. I said, wow, my dream is coming true. That author called me up, and I had some 20 minutes phone conversation, And then he suggested that, let's have a Zoom meeting. And we had a Zoom meeting for about 40 minutes. This was in first week of April, same time. After 40 minutes of my Zoom call and my talk with this listening voice, he suggested that he mentioned that I want to write your biography. I said fine. He sent me questions and we did some editing, this that. Believe me, in 45 days we have published my biography, and that too with as many as 3030 testimonials. And these are the testimonials from oncologists, medical professionals, caregivers, cancer survivors, cancer patients, and even medical students. I will just show you my book. I would recommend, I would suggest to for this book, paperback book. The book is not so expensive. This will cost you 295 plus maybe 50 55 rupees for the courier. So in all 350 355. Believe me, once you will read my biography, you will get so much of motivation, so much of inspiration that it can change the entire outlook of yourself for the entire life. And believe me, by reading my biography at 355 in all, your 1 minute of worry, I'm repeating, your your 1 minute of worry that will transform into 60 seconds of happiness. Believe me, and friends, if you don't find my biography interesting, please send me a text with your mobile number, contact number, and I will refund the entire 350 or 355 rupees. Another point I would like to request to recommend after you read, and if you feel satisfied, if you feel inspired, if you feel motivated, kindly recommend my biography to all your friends, contacts through your WhatsApp, social media, etc. And yes, you can find uh, my website and just simply go to landing page. I will be sharing the link with Dr. Jacob, and he in turn can share with you all. Dr. Jacob sir, I believe I try to cover everything. Just let me see if I have not missed anything. Yeah, I think I'm practically I have rather practically covered everything, and I am now open for question answer session. If Dr. Jacob, if you permit me.
Thank you, Shrunik sir, for that amazing session. It was really encouraging for all of us. We all face day-to-day troubles with learning, with teaching, with administration, and a lot of things as in our capacity as students and faculty and all other responsibilities. So you came as a fresh breath of air. So, yeah. So looking at you, We are so grateful to God that we are able to speak this way. I don't have to hold a device in order to speak. And I stand here so humble before God for that opportunity. So we are, all of us who are listening to you. Thank you so much, sir, for taking the pain and coming over and sharing your testimony and your journey with us. So, over to our participants. Please do type your questions or queries on the chat so that I might ask the same to our speaker. Friends, if you can please um, type your questions on the chat. Or if any one of you wants to speak up, also please unmute, introduce yourself, and ask your questions. Yes, we have got one question through WhatsApp, um, and the question goes like this. Um, Sir, what is that one factor um, which has kept you in good stead all these years? After this great trouble of getting cancer, what is that one single factor which you can think of which has pulled you along?
Courage, courage. I mean, see, believe me, I am 100% living in the moment. 100% living in the moment. Number two, I am not worrying at all for tomorrow, and I really don't have any kind of regret for yesterday or loss of my voice. Believe me, this voice, at times we feel that, cancer is a dreadful disease, that so many things. But I personally, I take this as a blessing in disguise because, had I had not this issue, I would have been simply a businessman, uh, um, uh, leading normal business life or a family life, and this specific disease, this specific distinct voice, as the title of my talk is saying, Life 2.0 Rewired. I could manage to rewire my speaking disability on lifetime into opportunity as a global speaker, as a anchor. I forgot to mention, of course, you did mention earlier that I am already streaming Facebook Live e-series. This is the first time ever in the world via CA Learning Survival, and I am fortunate to invite super best specialists or one-to-one into these are the specialists. They really don't have time for 5 minutes. They are coming on my platform for sharing the knowledge, and the why I have done is that the specialists, they really they don't have time, and community people cannot go and talk with them. So I am bringing them on a platform on that and sharing, and in turn the patient's caregivers can reach out to a particular specialist in a real time for a timely diagnosis, timely treatment, and indirectly, I am trying to play a role of saving their lives because I cannot be a doctor. So this is what I am doing. I have done more than 16 episodes, more than 25,000 views. So everything is just becoming thrilling in the life.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And one of our students has written to us. Um, so you've been a patient, and we as budding doctors would like to hear from you. What is it that you would expect from a doctor? What is it that you would expect as a patient from a doctor?
Uh, Is tell me the last sentence once again.
What,
What?
what is it that you would expect from us as a doctor? So these are all budding doctors, young medical students. So what is it that you would expect from
No.
them if
Yeah,
you go to
yeah,
them?
yeah. I believe I already elaborately mentioned earlier, but I would love to speak again. Like, when you are meeting a patient, keep stay cool, stay smiling, and once you will smile, once you will give them a little bit support that yes, I am with you. 75% of his disease will go away. And don't forget, India is a different culture country with a different culture where mouth publicity is making huge difference. If you're cool, if you're kind, you know, you will be acknowledged everywhere. Patients can even talk about you everywhere. Um, uh, Chetan sir, I would like to share just one simple example to in continuation to that question. In the field of sorry, the game of cricket, how many players are there in India and abroad? Too many, countless. They are made record like anything out of too many cricketers. Why only a movie of MS Dhoni was made? He is considered as a coolest man. He knows his business in any difficulty, any circumstances. He stays cool. When I said about 2020 match, how many balls he must have faced in all his life. Do you know that what is the outcome of being a cool? He is now having advertising contract of 600 crores, which is the highest in India. Why? Because it's cool. So same with the case that once you will be a cool, believe me, you are giving giving a patient a sort of a paracetamol. If you are super cool and comfortable and making things comfortable with the patient, you are giving him a sort of a proven. That means he is very well set. And if you are annoyed, if you are rude, if you are irritative, so you are a doctor, you are becoming an anesthetist because the patient is going to faint. So you need to decide what you want to be.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for those pertinent thoughts. One of our participants has asked, sir, do you have any difficulty in breathing?
No, yes, no, on the contrary, sorry, there are too many things going on in my head, and I'm not making any notes, but in too many lectures, Jagat sir, you'll be surprised. In too many lectures, I'm saying that when I'm breathing from a through a stoma, I feel like my breathing setup or diversion is like 8 lanes superhighway. I absolutely don't find any kind of breathing problem at all. And yes, one thing is certain that while taking the shower, I have to cover my stomach so that water doesn't go inside. Otherwise, it goes straightway into the lung, and game is over. So that is the only thing I have to be careful, and I cannot swim. On the other hand, there is one more advantage. It's kind of a funny part. This is this is my second spouse. I am my wife Neelam, and this is my second spouse. If if I don't hold this spouse in my hand, I cannot speak at all. So in that case, I will be in a kind of a sound of silence. So that's how things I am taking along with my life.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I think that your entire talk and this session of interaction would have infused a fresh perspective into all our participants' minds and hearts. So, thank you so much, sir. And are there any more questions?
Uh, I think there is one in the chat box. I don't know.
Yeah, that we have already covered, sir.
All right, great.
So, yeah. So you are also free to unmute and speak if you want to, or else we will wrap up this session.
Jacob sir, I have one request. Um I'm looking. I mean, it is my relentless pursuit to touch millions lives globally. I would like to appeal to everyone that whoever in a college, institute, corporate, I mean, see my super target is young generation because this young generation they are going to lead our country for next 3 more decades, and so I prefer to guide them to my best ability, and therefore I'm looking for more and more speaking opportunities. Kindly spread the word that I would be happy to give presentation. Yes, I am kind of a professional presentation speaker rather, and I'm charging fees. But for your institute, well, and Dr. Jaganjarit, you being my friend, I have no reason to ask you for money. So kindly spread the word because I want to travel more and more. I would like to cover more and more cities, more and more countries, and for which I will be needing kind of a financial support. And yes, I'm not taking any donation at all. Entire counseling I have done so far, more than 30,000. I have done absolutely for free. I have not charged single penny to anybody. So kindly spread the word, and also to talk more about my biography so that more and more people can be reached out.
Thank you, sir. Definitely, we will do that. We will definitely support you, and we will spread the word that there is here a man with a candle ready to light the world. So, definitely, we will do that, sir. And thank you, participants, for your uh, participation. You've been there, you've listened to this great man, great warrior in life. So let's all thank him. Shrenik sir, thank you for coming over and spending these precious hours with us. We are ever grateful for that. Looking forward to more sessions with you with a fresh, different perspective sometime down the lane. And so until then, until we meet again, thank you so much. And God bless you, sir. And we come to a close with this session. And until we meet you with another very good webinar, signing off from Believers Church Medical College and Hospital, this is Dr. Jacob. Thank you so much. Bye.